the game. So here we go. You can see who it is. And on blue team, it will be unrestricted. They are the Finnish unrestricted, not to be confused with the North American unrestricted. Very much different teams and different players. And on Jarvan, it's going to be Reet. On Sona, it is Vayne. On Warwick, it is Raka. And Corki is Inky. And on Anivia, it is Janitin. And on Jax is me! On Udyr for the purple side, which is Millenium, against all authorities, whatever you want to call them. They are now known as Millenium. And it's going to be Udyr in the jungle. Caitlyn will be Yellowstar. Sorry, it's Linak who's jungling. I missed his name. Irelia on Soaz, and that is going to be top lane. Almost certainly with teleport there as well. Alistar on Amumu. Alistar's on Amumu. Moma is on Alistar, and Kuja on Taric. Taric in the big pink and fluffy skin as well. So, and then there's Joe on Jax, of course.
Yeah.
Still not happy that you got ESL TV, Joe, and I just got ESL TV.
Yeah.
I've been done.
It's not like they didn't realise he was going to be casting with me after all this time.
I know, I've been stitched up like a kipper, I think. I even tried to do the, you can do the pay to change your name thing. It's like one riot point. I thought we got 500,000. I control this like a pro, but it doesn't let me change it at all. Yeah, different person every game, but it doesn't let me do anything. So as you can see, usual start items as well from these guys. As the hammering continues in my apartment, and I have no idea why. I don't know what's going on, but Doran's ring actually for Alistar. So Alistar's going to be going. I'm wondering if Alistar's actually going to be mid. just maybe,
yeah.
It's possible.
I mean, you're looking at the top lane, and you're saying Irelia for sure. Surely Kuja and Yellowstar down on bottom, so it just kind of leaves Moma in mid with a big fat AP Alistar to annoy everyone.
Yeah, and we saw how good they was at DreamHack. I mean, he got banned straight away after, I think it was Shushi, wasn't it? They just went, we're banning him from now on.
Yeah, and the thing is, if again, I'm not 100% sure about these, the whole kind of patchy thing that's going on, but just from the picks that we've seen today, I assume that they are still hovering around that pre-kind of Alistar Warwick nerf. I mean, this game just tells that story because we've got a lane wick and an AP Alistar, so that could be that.
We'll see. It is best of 3. Remember, it's not to be confused like I was in the last time. This is definitely a best of 3. So Millenium, well, they're going to have pulled themselves together. They've had plenty of time. They had a break while the team's games sorted themselves out. So they've been able to have a chat with themselves and wonder what went wrong with the SK game, because really they were in a pretty strong position, it has to be said. Certainly in the second game. The first game they were not really in it because SK just played phenomenal, but the second game they were certainly very strong. So I'm thinking they may well continue on that, but we'll see. But Mama is going to he's going to be mid, versus actually so it's Alistar versus Warwick in mid, and at the moment Taric actually remaining in the mid there. So, hello, look at this. They're going to try and go for an early gank on Anivia at the top here. You can see Linak also there. Will they manage to get out there? They just flash it. Oh, flash use. So, double flash use. So, Linak and, Janitin's flash used there, which is actually very dangerous for Anivia. Obviously, such a slow hero. Meanwhile, they are trying to push down onto Yellowstar down the bottom there, but Yellowstar is quite happy. Lots of targeting going on from the unrestricted side, but initial ganks didn't work, Joe.
It's really not a bad opening that we see not so often, because your support guy doesn't really miss that early XP, I mean, obviously he needs to get his aura and his heal up and what have you, in terms of that early game, but I think it's kind of a decent start, that kind of thing. But we see now Yellowstar has to go back, and that's not going to be great for him because he's going to start to lose out there. Rock in middle with the lane week, I should say. We'll see how effective he proves to be against a big juicy AP Alistar, who could be in a bit of trouble now. We're going to see Reet come in. He is level 3 already, so he can slide through, and he is going to do that bit of damage out onto Momo, who of course can get himself healed up already, and that's not really a problem. Early start in terms of items, Anivia, boots and pots, so very kind of squishy, although she does have the ability to, as I like to say, be egged, and maybe have a bit more survivability obviously from that one, so maybe that's what they're aiming for there. Let me bring up the scoreboard and just move it a little bit so you guys can have a look down as well. The cloth armor on Udyr, not really surprising there, as we see a bit more damage being done to those two mid players. Down at bottom, fairly aggressive. But anyway, back to the items. So regrowth pendant with Soaz on Irelia. We've got Doran's Blade with Yellow Star, Doran's Ring with Alistar, and Boots and Pot and Award with Taric. Over on the unrestricted team, as I keep seeing these two overlapping circles in middle, even though they're not really doing all that much to each other, it has to be said. I want to be careful not to miss any early kills there. Jarvan, Cloth Armor, no real surprise. Sona, Fairy Charm, the AP, the Doran's Ring on Warwick. Corki has Doran's Blade, and as I mentioned, Anivia, Boots, and a Potion. So it's all very kind of quiet. No signs of that first blood coming out just yet in this game. If we look down at the CS, obviously we did see that Caitlyn did have to go home, which leaves Corki with 25 CS, Caitlyn with 18, so not even far behind, and they're going to put the pressure down onto Inky. Can they get another stun? No, on cooldown for Kuja, so not much he can really do about that from that situation, but he is getting to a fairly forward position, so could get that one off when the cooldown's off. His mana is fairly low as well there, so not got all that much to work with. Meanwhile, Udyr just moving over to the other side of his jungle. Jarvan is already up, I think, in CS, just looking at what he's got, 18 to 12. Yeah, both buffs he's carrying right now. Linek obviously just crossing over onto the side where he could pick that red buff. Let's see if Soaz figures this one out. He's got Reet headed his way, and he does walk back out of distance. And we mentioned on this in other games, Irelia, with Soaz being a very, very strong player. We saw Soaz actually playing middle in that last game with
Twisted Fate.
Twisted Fate, that's the one. It's been a very, very long day.
It has.
Even though we've only seen like 3 picks and bans. So excuse me for that one, but Soaz again could be under a little bit of pressure here. Actually, we get the stun coming out here. Reet is going to slide his way in. Let's see what Soaz has got. And there's the wall flash over the top. We will see Reet continue to push in there. Slow put down, but here comes Linek, and that will offer a little bit of protection. Meanwhile, down at bottom, not too much happening there right now. Inky won Doran's Blade, so he didn't go back. He's just got those heals to get him back up there. Yellow Star won Doran's Blade as well, so all pretty much even in terms of that one. It's just the mana advantage that Inky's got in his favour at this stage of this one. We're going to see Alistar starting to come down, so maybe Mom are going to go for something a little bit cheeky down on this bottom lane.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether he was going to steal the golem, so he's actually gone a long way around this time, because he got clairvoyance actually last time he went down there, so I think he's avoiding the tri-bush there so he doesn't get spotted, although Sona is coming back around now, so maybe he's going to try to jump on Sona. I'm not too sure, but then now he's going to be... no, that's his own ward. Warwick, meanwhile, has been back aboard, so he's got himself some boots and a second Doran's Ring, so you can see Alistar's still remaining there. He's not going anywhere at the moment. He's still waiting. They're trying to jump onto Sona here. Maybe get a first blood. If she goes up towards that tri-bush, then definitely would do. But no, she's going to wait for Inky to get back up here. Inky's been aboard, so he's got triple Doran's Blade and the boots now. And Yellow Star only been back and bought some potions. Some health potion. Meanwhile, it is going to be Sona. They're going to go for it. They're going to come around the side. There's going to be nice head, but good pulverize as well. Surely going to go down. First blood will go, and it's Mama that picks it up. Actually, I think they probably wanted Yellow Star to get it, but Mama's not the end of the world. Getting your AP cow picking up the kills. So first blood is given, and it looks like he's just going to walk back to lane. He's not even going to bother going to buy or anything. He's going to come back and cover off Linek having to defend that lane. Come back and get some free farm. Meanwhile, while he does that, that's actually given free reign to Raka. I think he was thinking of going up top there, which is why they've just pinned actually. Unrestricted have just pinged the top. Whether Soaz is going to get any company up there or not. No, he's not. He's decided to come back because Mama's returned. Jarvan, meanwhile, down the bottom is going to come around the back side of him. He's going to catch Yellow Star. Will he manage to slide through? Yes, he will do. Nice flash there, though. He's going to get the slow on him. I think he's going to go down. Oh, tried to do the backwards net in there, but didn't quite get away with it. And Corki finishes him off. So, not sure where Kuja was just going back to have a look at that bush for or what. He's not going to be able to port there. I think he's just trying to troll Inky into going for him. But finally, Alistar does go back. So Alistar's been back and bought, got himself a sheen and a pair of boots. And Udyr now coming down. Looks like he's going to come down towards the bottom to give a little bit of coverage off while he sorts himself out. We are 8 minutes, just coming up to 9 minutes actually into it. And well, I think we'd have seen maybe if that was Millenium that just got that kill there, they'd have gone straight for Dragon, but
yeah,
unrestricted have not gone for it.
Now, playing it safe, I mean, those 2 kills that we've seen so far probably worked out best for Unrestricted, in all fairness. It was Corki who picked it up, assist went to Jarvan. Obviously, Sona died a little bit earlier on. It was Alistar who picked up that kill rather than Yellowstar, who did get the assist as well. So, I think overall that's nicely done for Unrestricted, and we'll see how that one goes. I think the middle's going to be a bit of a kind of stagnant battle between Alistar and Leigh. I'm not sure that there's going to be all that much going off there until we start to see some ganks coming in. However, down at the bottom, Linak is in there, and we'll see what he makes of this one, whether they can pounce in. Is level 6 now as well, so we'll see how this one works out for Millenium. To be honest, Unrestricted hugging that tower. They've got a decent pack of minions coming in there as well, and Yellowstar probably just going to fire off a couple of shots, keeping himself out of range of that tower, and when Inky goes back behind the tower range, he just has a pot shot at the tower. So really doing damage to whatever he can at this point is Yellowstar, and that constant pressure is going to take its toll, first of all to the health of Inky, and then afterwards obviously to the mana of Valley, who's playing Sona, and they went in the clairvoyance. Linak is spotted. In fact, there was I didn't spot the ward in the bush behind. I guess he was spotted before that one, which makes sense why they were hugging the tower, and you can just completely ignore everything I said for the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you. I thought you had good flow going.
What an idiot.
No, reporting in there. That's going to be Anivia ports in on towards Kuja. Kuja is going to go down. Nicely done there from Unrestricted, porting in on towards that ward. I was going to say that it wasn't actually, they'd seen him come down, so he hadn't really ninja'd himself in there. So, and good for Unrestricted, they didn't give it away, they just sat back at the tower and let Udyr completely waste his time standing there, losing the experience that he could be getting elsewhere. So, and nicely done. So, Unrestricted switching it up here, and Anivia needs to be careful he doesn't get caught out. Linak is going to come around, really nice wall there, manages to shield up the damage hit he was about to get, but very nicely walled there from Janitan, and blocks off. Meanwhile at the top, Soaz is pushing on the tower, and I think that's why they've had to port and switch around. Soaz is probably starting to get to that point where it's quite hard to keep out, which is why I think Lanewick has also gone up there. But it's given, meanwhile, Alistar the free time. Oh, he's going to get caught by the tower, and nicely flashed away. Reed's going to get away with that. He's going to live. Mama, straight into Anivia, and he is going to get a go. Oh, Reed steals the kill because he flashed into him, but Flash wasted there. So I don't know where he thought he was going to go with that Flash, actually. He'd have only gone straight towards the tower, and the tower would have killed him, and still would have died regardless. So, and it would have given them the kill. So, a bit of a waste of a Flash there, but Unrestricted 3-1 up in the kills. You can't give them credit. They are bringing it to Millenium here, and Millenium are going to realise they've got a game on now. They're not going to go through this one easily. You see sometimes the top teams that take them a little bit casual and do a few things that they wouldn't normally do. They like get very aggressive or something like that. I think they're going to have to be very cautious here, and I think they're treating Unrestricted with the respect they deserve.
Yeah, definitely Unrestricted are one of the, I guess you could say, wild card teams, if you like, coming into this one. That people have seen them playing around and stuff like that, but when it comes to a big tournament like Intel Extreme Masters, you can't ever underestimate any team, even if you beat them the week before and absolutely destroyed them. You have to treat everyone with respect when you get to this level, and when you're playing for such a a prize position like getting into that Intel Extreme Masters Global Challenge. We've had a bit of a switch by the looks of things. Anivia now mid against Warwick, against Alistar, and Warwick's gone up top against Irelia. So slight switch around there from Unrestricted, and we'll see what Soaz really has planned there to counter that Lanewick, because such a big sturdy fellow is Lanewick, and I think they'll find it difficult to really push any lane that he's controlling.
Yeah, and you can see he's just trying to keep them small, just keeping it even between the two, using his ulti up actually there. So and Raka, not even flustered, just goes around the side and just carries on farming. So but yeah, I mean, he can just live steal it back from the minions, which is exactly what he just did there. He's going to get stunned. Linak is going to come up. Linak, missing, nicely flashed through there, and Linak didn't manage to land his stun. So very well played by Lanewick there, dodging in and around it. Let's have a look down the wall towards bottom. Yellow Pete's been and bought, got himself some Berserker Greaves and Double Doran's Blade. And meanwhile, compared to Inky, who's got Berserker Greaves and Triple Doran's Blade. Let's have a look at the CS between us actually. Caitlyn on 104, Corki on 115, so just 10 ahead. Not too much, but Corki has got that initial kill, and Nothing for Alistar, just the assist, which does give you that little bit of golden experience, but certainly not as much as a kill. Looking towards top, Soaz is going to get hit by the tower there, and look at it, just continue. It's like a non-stop, nothing happening. And the problem is, it's Reet versus Mommer at the moment in the middle, and it's going to be exactly the same. Nobody can really quite do the damage to each other. Linak is going to come down. I don't think he's going to be able to get hold of him. Reet's just going to run away quite happily with level 1 boots and Wriggles lands in. So yeah, so it's pretty much a standstill. So let's have a look at some of the CS elsewhere. A bit hard to stack them up really, because they've obviously swapped around a little bit. So maybe Irelia 139, Warwick on 114, but they've kind of switched Sharud a bit. And Anivia's actually pretty low on the farm, but had got that kill. It has got an needlessly large rod, but yeah, pretty low on the farm for Anivia. So Millenium look like they are going to pull the first Drake here, Joe.
That's interesting decision from them, to be honest. I'm not sure how this is all going to work out. We're going to be seeing 3 of them around there. Luckily for them, they've got Soaz down in towards the south area, and I think they've got this one safe. There are actually 2 wards from unRestricted in that one bush there, and the one from Millenium, but they get it without being contested, which is a great thing. Soaz, of course, yeah, doing his best to push, and we'll be seeing that Irelia doing a little bit more of that. Actually picking up a heart of gold here, as well as that Philosopher's Stone, Sheen, and his Ruby Crystal. And they are now 3 pushing on this bottom. Reet needs to be a little bit careful that they don't go in onto him. Yeah, you can imagine not that they do that. And they're just going to stick straight in onto this tower. Actually, ulti will come out onto Kuja. There goes the tower damage as well. And Soaz needs to be careful in the position that he's in. I think he's going to go for it anyway. Yes, he will. And interesting kind of battle there going on. I mean, Soaz is very low and he's going to get walked into. He is dead. And I mean, worth the kill? Well, not so sure. I mean, yeah, sure, it was the 1 kill for Yellow Star actually in and amongst it all, but Corki kind of bested him off once again and went 1 kill ahead.
Well, I mean, you could look at it that way, but he also used the teleport up. So you know, Anivia had used the teleport on the tower to get down there. So at least the teleport's been used, despite the fact they lost it. They're going to lose the tower though in the process. I don't think they're going to be able to save that one. No, they're not. Nah. So first tower down, and it is gone to unRestricted. So 4-2. Like you say, worth it when you look at it that way. No, it wasn't. They tried to get the tower, and they nearly did. It was at 391. It was only for the fact that they went for Taric, and Taric was forced to back out the fight, didn't get any stuns or anything. So nicely done from Jarvan, really, to bide his team the time to get in and help. Let's have a look at what they have been aboard. So Corki has got that BF sword. I think we mentioned that. So Caitlyn is probably going to go back in a moment. Just continue farming, obviously trying to save up for that BF sword. I guess that's why they've not ported yet. Looks like blue buff being given to Anivia, and Lanewick continues to do his thing. He's got himself a wit's end now, and just continues to farm and be really annoying like he is, which is probably why Soaz actually started going walking around the map and looking for things, because he's probably just getting a little bit annoyed with Lanewick. Has built up towards that Trinity Force. Got Kuja coming up with support behind him. Has got a little dive on Janet in there, doing a little bit of damage. Does have rebirth up, or egged, as we like to refer to. Well, it just makes more sense, doesn't it? It's an egg on the floor. It's like, it's an egg. It's not rebirth. So that's a title thought up by one of the Riot employees having a long day. But they are going to dive straight in, and that rebirth egg, whatever you want to call it, gets popped straight away and taken immediately down. Reet is also... Is he going to get away with this? No, he will not. So as his ulti finishes him off, the tower's going to go in the process as well. Meanwhile, the top tower is being pushed by Raka. I think Raka's going to get that top tower, but he needs to get back and help, because this middle tower now is in a little bit of trouble. Corki's going to come around, and maybe... No, he's going to have to go the long way around. He's not going to risk it. Top turret does go down, but I think he's going to lose the inner turret. Don't know whether they're going to be able to get around in time. Corki's trying his best to pull them away from it, as long as Candy Panda, Yellow Star, Caitlyn stays on that turret. It's all good. And so, well, Millenium continue to push, Joe. And will they get this base turret? Nobody's responding yet. They need to get round and support them. Finally, Sona does put the ulti out, and that will maybe buy them the time in. And, well, Jansen needs to be very careful. Doesn't have his ulti up, remember. And, well, Udyr will go down, but the tower went down in the process. Was it worth it? We'll soon find out as they try to pick up any exit kills they can. Soaz is the target. Soaz is probably the worst one to go for in there. Yellowstar next to him. He's probably actually got lower hit points, and Raka does go down from Soaz, just bursting on him suddenly. And well, I think 1 for 1 in the last exchange, but 3 towers back to back to back from Millenium. Very nice push.
Yeah, and you know, that's why good old AP Cow is again got himself a little bit of rework, because we saw how much damage he did. I think it was onto Sona in there, yeah, like half HP, instantly just gone after he just walks in there and smashes her one. So nicely done again from Millenium. I mean, they've brought it back to 5-5. What was the time on Drake? 20:55. So now 1.5 minutes to go on that one. We're probably going to be seeing Millenium gearing up for that second pickup, and well, it looks not so bad in all fairness for unRestricted. They managed to get up into this top lane and take the first turret, but then all of a sudden Millenium were like, well, we're just pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, and all of a sudden there's nothing left in the mid apart from that inhibitor, which is obviously going to be the focus of attention when it starts to come down to a little bit later on in the game.
Indeed, and I think the dragon is due, I think it's a minute, I think it's or maybe 30 seconds, so I don't think Millenium are going to go too far away from it. Yeah, they've just pinged it, or unRestricted just pinged it actually. I'm viewing them from there, so they know it's due as well. So I guess we'll get to see what happens around there. Let's have a look at Caitlyn. Caitlyn's got that Infinity Edge now complete with the Berserker Greaves, also building towards the Zeal. Let's have a look towards Corki. Corki has got the Phage, got the BF sword, so it's sort of like split between half Trinity Force, getting that health option that often is needed. Wow, look at the cow, he's got Brilliance Potion. Oh, look at this, walks straight into it. Damash's standard there. Brilliance Potion on though, and nearly got the Rabadon's Death Cap completed. Taric is going to walk straight round in towards that ward. Actually, it's their own ward there. There was the Tri-Bush. That bottom tower on 391 health will be tanked down if they take it down. There we go. Everyone wasn't sure. They kept walking away from it, so I was just buying them time. Meanwhile, Anivia's pushing a big stack along top. They will be going for Dragon. I think Anivia's going to have a good go at this. No, he's ported. Instead of actually going for it, they know that they're all on Dragon, surely, but he's going to teleport away. I don't know why or where. He's thinking, oh, I see. So as is teleported up there. And so, yeah, he was wise to get the hell out of there. But Dragon picked up a game by Millenium there. So that was, there's the first time, I believe, and that's the second one.
Yeah, two from Millenium. Obviously, those 3 turrets down the middle lane, and also the 1 down on bottom. They've lost 2 themselves, but the 2 outer turrets, very kind of negligible losses, I think, at this stage of the game, considering what they've managed to pick up. There is a free kill here onto this top turret. I mean, no one anywhere near it there for unRestricted, as Soaz just takes a bit of damage from that turret, but that's not going to be anything to worry him. And he will be able to clear out nicely onto this minion wave. That's a great thing about Irelia. I mean, yeah, using that ulti, but it clears out waves so fast that you can push really, really quickly down there. We saw Alistar just having a peek down towards middle. Not much going on there. Blue buff going to be picked up by Anivia, no real surprise, when they finally have enough damage to kill it.
Well, they let it reset, didn't they? And on, and on, and on, finally. Just about all of his mana used up there to take the column.
Take it down.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to dive straight on. Yellowstar getting caught completely out position. What on earth? That I just don't know what was going on there.
Weren't ready for that one, that's for sure. And we're going to see now unRestricted, but look at Millenium, they are not scared of this fight whatsoever. Momo will get himself in there, and look at the damage that he's putting out. He could get himself more than one. Raka is the one who's coming under focus now. Not sure he's the most amazing target. Good wall off from Anivia there, and that will stop Millenium giving them the chase. Yeah, I thought Millenium were hanging around there like, okay, we're not really that scared of this push. They lost, who was it, Caitlyn in amongst that, of course, a lot of attack damage gone from that one, but they were also looking at the fact, okay, if we pick this first one up, maybe the others finish off fall faster than that, with Corki still there, with with Sona still alive, and of course also Anivia. So that was, I think, a great decision from Millenium to go in for that one. They could have done a lot more damage if it wasn't for that wall.
Yeah, well, they were baiting on the fact they got that tower there, so I think, well, it's technically a 5v5 even if we've just lost our main AD. But Alistar now comes back with a vengeance, with an agility pot on, with a zeal, and that Infinity Edge already got. You can see Anivia just trying to clear the wall there. Needs to be careful, doesn't get caught out. Now he's immediately going to back away. Alistar's going to clear out this wave, and look, there is a big wave down the bottom here. They're immediately going to push straight towards this bottom in a turret. And the rest of Unrestricted are going to have to try and respond quickly. You've got to keep your eye on Soaz, because I've got a feeling he's just going to dash randomly onto someone here. It may be Corki or it may be Anivia. In fact, back away though, because that wave got cleared out very quickly, and I've been quite impressed with that. It was Anivia and Corki that managed to wipe it straight out. So they are switching straight up. Are they going to go straight for the middle? Well, might as well, because that inhibitor is wide open. There's no reason why they don't go for it. So a quick look at builds while they're slowly working towards. You can see Rabadon's death cap now on Anivia. Anivia up to 316 AP. Let's have a look at the AP of Alistar, 334. So it also completes Rabadon's death cap. Udyr is pretty tanky, pretty damagey, pretty much equal to the likes of Warwick at the moment. Warwick's pretty tanky, fast attack speed in there as well, keeping the waves at bay. There is a wave of minions going along the top, but I don't think it's going to be enough to worry Millenium just yet. You can see Soaz is just waiting, biding his time. He wants to dash in on someone, anyone that's going to come out and show themselves. That old Corki may well be that target. If he goes any closer, I think Soaz is almost certainly going to dash in there. Udyr's just trying to get the stun in. Alistar finally goes in. Mama goes straight in for Jonathan there. Actually going to back away though. Going to come around the side. They meanwhile just obliterates Raka there. Raka's also going to go down. Reek goes down as well. So it's a 2 for 0 so far. Soaz, he's going to dash in on Corki now. Corki's going to have to use Cleanse. Can he get away from Soaz? Yes, he can, but the inhibitor will go down. So very nicely played out from Millenium. You could see they were just biding their time. They were waiting for someone just to step out that little bit too far, and I think it was Mama actually flashed in, I believe. Flashed and pulverized and then headbutted. So yeah, diving in there crazily, and that's going to be the bottom turret as well, Joe.
Yeah, top turret may actually, there's a wave coming out there for Millenium, so they should be safe. They'll clear this one out very, very quickly with the fall that they've got there at the bottom, and this turret is going to fall in a matter of seconds. Unrestricted to do well just to stay away completely from that one. But yeah, you pointed out rightly, they were just baiting out there, waiting for one person to go one step further than they should have, and then pouncing straight onto him. And again, that AP Alistar, as you mentioned, 334 AP he's got right now. A very, very scary champion indeed. And we now see, of course, the advantage in the kills over with Millenium. Unrestricted not kind of sitting back on the defense, so they are pushing out fairly heavily. I mean, they've got Raka, who he's going to be difficult to kill. He's got Wit's End now, recurve bow coming in, got the chain vest as well. So built very, very nicely, in my opinion, for that lane weak role that he's going to be putting on. Are Millenium going to head over towards the Baron? It's possible, actually. We saw Oracles being picked up there by Kuja. Didn't quite go in range of that ward to clear things out. So Unrestricted got a decent view on Baron, so we probably won't see Millenium being pushing in there just yet. And Drake is 27-14, so up in a matter of seconds we'll probably see Millenium have that one away just for the extra cash, maybe, if not only just to keep it away from Unrestricted.
Yeah, so will they go for Baron? That's the question. Has Linak got some? Yeah, they are putting defensive wards out. I don't think anyone's got yeah, Oracle on Kuja. Kuja needs to come back. There's a couple of wards all around, and he's not really looking in the right place. They've got to be careful. Got to come around the side there. Soaz is just baiting them towards it, and as he will, it's a 3v5. They've got to be a little bit. Oh, now here we go. Here comes the rest of Millenium. Going to come around the side there. They're going to dive straight in. Kuja's actually been the target, which is probably the worst one to go for. Reet is going to get caught in the middle of no man's land. Kuja will surely go down. No, he won't. He will manage to get away. Raka's not going to let him run. He will determinedly get that one kill and then run the hell away. And Millenium picking up a 2-for-1 there, I believe. And will continue to push with the super minions in towards mid. Are they going to go straight across? Yes, they will, towards top inner turret. Oh no, they want Baron. They are pinging Baron possibly. See, yes, they will do. So as it's going there, there is a ward straight there. So, well, Unrestricted know they're going for it, but I don't think they're going to be able to do a damn thing about it. Yellowstar and Momo around the side there. And they could do with getting in. They don't want to just leave these two trying to get the Baron on its own. It's up to 11,000 hit points, so there's a fair amount in there, but yeah, they'll take it down easy now. And a swift heal Did they hang on enough? Yes, they did. They delayed just enough for Kuja to spawn and pick it up as well. So he's got himself a second Oracle. Away they go on the top inner turret.
Yep, and these minions going to stream in. Obviously, Millennium aren't even worried about the damage from this tower. Obviously, Linak in turtle stance with his shield, and with the way he's built, obviously, very nice and tanky at this stage. It's going to be nice. Here we see a fight coming in. Ulti from Anivia is out, but we see Noah pumping that damage. I have to feel that they may be a little bit split up for this fight. It could be dangerous for them, but we'll see Corki go down. We're going to see the snipe shot onto Anivia as well, who did actually survive through all that one. Minions on the top turret, and Millennium are going to go pushing in for that one. Inhibitor should go down with it. They did lose 2-1 in that one. It was Soaz who went diving in with Irelia. Why not? And the rest of the team's not quite there, but they've got super minions now coming in from top, coming in from middle, and I have to say it's looking like they're going to be pouring down from that bottom lane as well. This is not looking good for unrestricted. There's not many games at this level of play that you're going to be seeing so many comebacks from this one. And look at the damage from Alistar once again. That was almost like one-shotted somehow. Absolutely amazing. He's up at 500 AP with Baron and the Brilliance Elixir. So here we go. Ulti actually popped out from Jarvan. Not sure what that difference is going to make. Absolutely nothing, it seems. And Millennium, they've actually been spawned on once again, pretty much, and are going ahead and killing this second wave of spawns that have come into them. And Momo's just running around like he'll kill, he'll kill. Half HP taken away from Sona. Obviously, 5 billion trillion minions in there with them as well. Nexus is surely going to fall down quickly. Look at Momo going 1 versus 3, and finally he's going to go down. But that Nexus is being absolutely hammered on, and this is going to be a 1-0 scoreline in favour of the second place team from the Riot Season 1 Championships. Of course, it is Millennium. So, best of 3, it is Millennium that has the advantage, and now we're going to be seeing if they can turn that into a flawless 2-0 victory, in quotes again, soon.
Yeah, and they actually didn't do that great in the lane phase. They just pulled together very well as a team, and Soaz was so aggressive in there. And the problem is they've got Irelia, they've got Udyr, they've got Alistar. Who do you target? There's only really Caitlyn that you're going to go for, and Caitlyn's protected by these 3 beefcakes that keep charging you down. So they had a very good team composition, and they knew how to play it, and they just executed it very well. But let's not take anything away from unrestricted start. They were very good at the start, just couldn't quite finish off. And like I mentioned, I think it was at that 9-minute mark when they got that kill down the bottom, it normally would get followed up straight away by a dragon. It's like, we've got the advantage, go, everyone pulled together. And Lanewick was full health in mid. There's no reason why he couldn't come down. They got 3 down the bottom. They could have easily converged on it and picked up that first dragon, which gives everybody on the team that big gold advantage. They didn't take it, and Millennium did. When they got that advantage, they were straight on it, just like they were with Baron then as well. They immediately went, okay, we've just got our kills, let's go, boom, Baron. And they delayed it enough, but very nicely played by Millennium there. They came back as a team, and they do this. We saw it with SK. They come together well as a team. Millennium do, whether they win lane phase, whether they lose lane phase, they are very strong when it comes to the 5v5 game. A bit like an American team, really, which is probably why they got so far and did so well against Team Solomed in that 3rd, 4th playoff, or well, semi-final, whatever you call it, lower bracket. We never know what that one's called, the consolation, whatever you call it. But yeah, so on to the next match.
Yeah, on to the next match, and I'll give you guys a quick rundown just of the individual scores. A few of you were asking for them, so I'll do that anyway. Yellow Star 3-2-9, obviously with Caitlyn. Soaz 4-2-5 with Irelia. Linak 2-1-4 with Udyr. Kuja 0-2-9 with Taric, and Moma on Alistar 5-2-5. Over for unrestricted, Jarvan with Reet, or Reet with Jarvan, I should say, 1-7-4. Varley with Sona 0-1-6. Raka with Lanewick 2-2-3. Inky with Corki 4-2-4, and Janitin with Anivia 2-2-2. And they have a score update, fresh from the admins. Adversa versus W4T down in the other game. Interesting turn of events. Apparently, after 13 minutes, W4T rage quit because they were 7-0 behind. So they decided not to carry on in map number 1. So they'll be starting to play map number 2 or match number 2 right now. Hopefully Unrestricted and Millenium don't have too long of a break, but I can't guarantee that. I don't control the players and stuff like that, so I'll be waiting here, and as soon as we're ready to kick things off, then you guys at home will obviously be informed. So I'm going to stick the music back on, and we'll be back here in some minutes, let's say.